Hello everyone. So today we'll be doing chapter 7, which is urban administration. In the previous chapter we studied about the two public services. One was maintenance of law and order, and second was the police station. So we did these two services in an rural administration. Today we are talking about us how it is done in city, which is called urban administration. Okay. A city is much bigger than a village and more spread out. A city has crowded markets, many buses, cars, water and electricity facilities, traffic control, and hospitals. Have you wondered who's responsible for running all this? Do you know how decisions are made? How the planning is done? Who are the people who do all the work? Read this chapter and find some answers. So, you know that a city life is much bigger as compared to a village life, and just because it is bigger in size and it has crowded market, it has many buses, the water and electricity facilities are very different as comparative to a village life. Then we have hospitals. And have you ever thought that who manages all these, who are the people responsible, and how decisions are made? So let's find out. One lazy Sunday afternoon, Mala and her friends Shankar, Jahangir, and Rihanna were playing a game of cricket in the street. Shankar had bowled a good over, and although he nearly managed to get Rihanna out, she was still batting. Frustrated, he bowled a short ball and hoped she would hit it for an easy catch. Instead, Rihanna hit the ball so hard and so high that the street light broke. Rihanna screamed, "Oh no, look what I have done." Shankar said, "Yes, we forgot to make a rule that if you break the street light, you are automatically out." But Mala, Jahangir, and Rihanna were more worried about what had happened, and they told Shankar he would he should better stop thinking about the wicket. Last week they had broken Nirmala Mossy's window and had spent their pocket money to have it replaced. Would they have would they have to dish out money again for their pocket from their pockets? But who would they pay this to? To whom do to whom did the lights on the street belong? Who changed them? Sorry, yeah, who changed them? Rihanna's house was the closest, and they ran and told her mother what had happened. Rihanna's mother said, "I don't really know these things in great detail, but I do know that it is the municipal corporation of the city that takes care of the replacing things of the takes cares of replacing lights. The best person is to ask would be Yasmin Khala. She was retired from the municipal corporation. Go and ask her." And Rihanna, "Come back home soon." Yasmin Khala lived in the same lane, and she and Rihanna's mother were good friends. The children ran to Khala's house, and when she opened the door, they began to tell her what had happened all at once. When they asked about the street light, Yasmin Khala laughed and said, "There is no one person that you can pay the money to. There's a big corporation called the municipal corporation that takes care of street lights, garbage collection, water supply, keeping the streets and markets clean. I have heard about the municipal corporation. They have put up signs around the city to inform people about malaria," said Mala. "Yes, you are quite right. The municipal corporation is also responsible for ensuring that diseases do not break out in the city. It also runs schools, hospitals, dispensaries, and makes gardens and maintains them," said Yasmin Khala. Then she added, "Our city, Pune, is a big city, and here it is called municipal corporation. In smaller towns, it is called municipal council." Corporation and council. Okay, so let's discuss. So here you can see the Rihanna. Where is it? You can see Rihanna is here. Rihanna and all her friends Shankar, Jahangir, um, Mara, they are playing a game, so Rihanna is batting, and they plan that make it a good easy, give it a short ball, so that Rihanna would hit it for a easy catch. But instead, this girl Rihanna hits it so high that she mistakenly breaks the street light. So what happened then they're discussing, oh, this happened, and they are more worried about whose turn it is to bat. Then they say that we should more be worried about the street light which has been broken because of our fault. Then they don't know where to go and whom to go, so they go to Rihanna's home, and her mother tell that I don't know who is responsible for managing these things, but Yasmin Khala, who supposedly her Rihanna's mother's friend, she had worked in municipal corporation and is retired from them. She can tell you much more about this issue. So they go to Yasmin Khala. This is the sorry, she's Yasmin Khala, and the children here are explaining her all the situation and what had happened and everything. So then she's saying that there's no one person who can, whom you can pay the money, because there's this big organization which is called municipal corporation, that is responsible for taking care about the street lights, collection of garbage, water supply, keeping the streets clean, and maintaining them. And then they also ensure they do a lot of duty which comes about maintaining and cleaning the city. So in big cities it is called municipal corporation, whereas in small cities it is called municipal council. So we are here. The ward councillor and administrative staff. Yasmin Khala, I am curious, who decides when the park should go sorry, who decides where a park should go? Did you have to make interesting decisions like this when you worked in the municipal corporation? Asked Rihanna. No, Rihanna, I was working in the accounts office in the corporation, so I just worked on the pay slips. Cities are usually quite large, so the municipal corporation has to make a lot of decisions as well as do a lot of work to keep the city clean. The decisions like where a park or a new hospital should um, go are usually made by the ward councillors. Okay, the city is divided into different wards, and ward councillors are elected. The complicated decisions that affect the entire city are taken by a group of councillors who form committees to decide and debate issues. For example, if a bus stand needs to be improved, or a crowded market needs to have its garbage cleared more regularly, or there is a nala or drain that cuts through the city that needs cleaning, etc., it is these committees for water, garbage collection, street lighting, etc., that decides on the work to be done. When the problem are within a ward, then the people who live in the ward can contact their councillors. For example, if there are dangerous electrical wires hanging down, then the local councillor can help them get in touch with the electricity authority, while the councillors committee and the councillors decide on issues. The commissioner and the administrative staff implement these. The commissioner and the administrative staff are appointed. Councillors are elected. So how are these decisions made? Asked Rihanna, who never gave up on her train of thought. Well, all of the ward councillors meet and they make a budget, and the money is spent according to this. The ward councillors try and ensure that the particular demands of the wards are placed before the entire council. So these decisions are then implemented by the administrative staff, said Yasmin Khala, enjoying the questions that the children asked. No adults asked her about her job, and her children's questions are an opportunity to relive. relive मतलब दोबारा experience करना some of our experiences. But the city is so large, it must take a lot of people to look after it. Does the municipal corporation have a lot of workers? Asked Shankar curiously. He had by now luckily forgotten about the cricket match and his incomplete over. Yes, the work in the city is divided into different departments. So there's a water department, the garbage collection department, a department that looks after gardens, another to look after roads. I worked on the accounts in the sanitation department, said Yasmin Khala, and then went on to offer the children some kebabs to eat. Jahan, Jahangir ate his kebab at top speed, and as he wolfed them down, he asked loudly from the kitchen, Yasmin Khala, where does the garbage that municipal corporation collects go to? The others were still eating when Yasmin Khala began to answer. This question has an interesting answer. As you know, you can usually find garbage lying all over the street. Earlier, even our neighborhood used to have garbage lying all over, and if this remains uncollected, it attracts dogs, rats, and flies. Also, people get ill from the smell. At one point, things become so bad that children even stop playing cricket in the street because their parents were afraid that they would get sick. They would get sick from staying on the streets too long. So here you can see recycling is not a new thing. People like the man in the photo, this is the man they're talking above, have been recycling paper, metal, glass, plastic for a long time. Recycling paper, metal, glass, plastic for a long time. The Kabadi Wala plays a major role in recycling household plastic and paper, including your notebooks. So you might have heard that song Kabadi Wala ya ghar se kachra nikal. So this is okay, so that is for garbage collection, that person comes to collect the garbage in your area every day, and you all give them the garbage. So the song is just to motivate people to keep the city clean and come forward in via to give up their garbage so that the city is clean and is made disease free. So just like in the rural administration, we discussed that how an area is divided into small wards, and then from there each ward member is selected. Similarly, this is example a big city. So there are many wards. This ward I'm just doing like now so that you're able to understand. So all these small areas cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all these are wards. So one member is elected from here. From each member, one ward. So sorry, from each ward, these all are wards. Okay, from each ward, one member is elected, and all these ward members, they form council. Okay. So all these are wards, and from each ward, one councillor is elected. In the in the rural area, we used to say a ward member or a punch was supposed to be elected, right? The area is divided. Here, what happens? Each one councillor from each ward is elected, and then they form all the councils together form a group of council or a councillors group, you can say. Okay, and then they decide if the issues are, if the issue is only about their area, they can make the decision and contact the particular department. But if the issue connects all the wards, for example the drainage system, the electricity system, or the water supply system, then it has to be, the decisions has to be made keeping in mind the decisions, keeping in mind the issue of all the other wards also. Okay, so they make the decisions, they go to the then they go to the authority, and so there's a commissioner. Okay, there's a commissioner and administration staff. So the commissioner and the administration staff, they are the people who they are the people who implement all the decisions and see how can it be made to work out in a better way. And the commissioner and the administration staffs, they are not elected, they are appointed. Okay, so we have to this in a panchayat, the elected members are called panch. We've seen the city is divided into several wards. In a municipal corporation, the elected members are called ward councillors. Okay, we've studied here, they are called ward councillors. It's here, can you see, ward councillors, and it is called group of councillors. Group of council city deals with the issue that affect the city. Elections are held once in every 5 years of the panchayat as well for the municipality. While the councillors make decisions about the administrative staff, um, implement these. While the councillors make decisions, the administrative staff led by the commissioner implement these. So these are implemented by the commissioner and the administrative with the help of administrative staff who are appointed and not elected, not chosen by the people. They are appointed by the government. How does the municipal corporation gets its money? Providing and running so many services requires a lot of money. This municipal corporation collects this in different ways. A tax. Now you'll say that how, where does they get money for managing the drainage system, water supply, and etc. So a tax is a sum of money that people pay to the government for the services the government provides. People who own home have to pay a property tax as well as tax for water and other services. The larger the house, the more the tax. Property taxes, however, form only 25 to 30% of the money that a municipal corporation earns. There are also taxes for education and other amenities. If you own a hotel and shop, then you have to pay a tax for this as well. Also, the next time you go to see a movie, look carefully at the ticket because you have to pay a tax for this as well. Thus, while the rich people account for property tax, a much wider population pays more general taxes. So it's written here. So a tax is like a sum of is a sum of money that the people give to the government for providing services in the form of water supply, the drainage system, the electricity provided in their area. And a lot of tax is collected from the property tax, which is around 20 to 30% of the money that a corporation receives. But the major portion of the tax is received from the general taxes which the population pays, like for education and other amenities when you're using a hotel or going to watch a movie. So we've done this portion now here. A community protest. Yasmin Khala continued. The women were very unhappy about the situation and even came to me for advice. I said I could try and speak with some officer in the department, but I wasn't sure how long it would take. Then it was Gangabai who said that it is the ward councillors who we should go to and protest, since we are the ones who elected him. She gathered a small group of women and went to his house. They began shouting slogans in front of his house, and he came out and asked them what was wrong. Gangabai described him the situation in the locality to him. He promised to go to them until he promised to go with them the next day to meet the commissioner. He asked Gangabai to get a petition signed by all the adults in the locality saying that the garbage was not being collected. He suggested that taking a local sanitation engineer with them the next day might be a good idea. The sanitation engineer could also speak with the commissioner and tell them how bad the situation was. That evening, children ran from house to house, making sure that as many as families possible signed the petition. The next morning, a large group of women and ward councillors and the sanitation engineer went to the municipal corporation office. The commissioner met with this large group and began giving excuses, saying that the corporation did not have enough trucks. But Gangabai smartly replied, "But you seem to have enough trucks to collect garbage from the rich localities." That must have left him lost for words. equipped Jahangir. Yes, he said that he would take care of it immediately, and Gangabai threatened that if it was not done 2 days, in 2 days, a larger group of women would protest in front of the corporation, said Yasmin Khala. So did the streets get cleaned? Asked Rihanna, who never let things remain unfinished. Well, not within 2 days, and then, well, not within 2 days, and then after another larger and more noisy protest, the sanitation service in this locality became more regular. Wow, this sounds just like a Bollywood film with a happy ending. What was Gangabai protesting about? So they were protesting about the garbage not being collected regularly. Why do you think Gangabai decided to approach the ward council? Because the ward council has been elected by these people, you know, and it is in their in his area of concern. What did Gangabai say when the commissioner said that there were not enough trucks? So he when the commissioner said so Gangabai said that Acha, why are there trucks? But there are enough trucks to go to collect the garbage from the rich locality. She pointed that the rich locality is being taken care of very smartly, and it is not littered, whereas our area is not being cleared more regularly. What has changed since Khala's retired? What Yasmin Khala did not mention to the children was that in recent times, in order to save money, the commissioner of several municipalities across the country had hired private contractors to collect and process garbage. This is called subcontracting. Now, if you give your work to somebody else, then you're giving them a contract like a subcontract. This means that the work that was earlier being done by the government workers is now being done by a private company. These contract workers get paid less, and their jobs are temporary. Collecting garbage is also quite a dangerous job, and often these contract workers do not have any access to safety measures and are not taken care of if they are injured while working. So they the in the subcontract, the duty which was supposed to be done by the government, now it is shifted to a second party which works on the private basis, and the workers, laborers who work here, they're not given proper safety, measures are not taken to take care about their uh, needs, especially when they collect garbage and other items of disposal. Then she says that, wow, this sounds like a Bollywood film with a happy ending, said Mala, who already began imagining herself in the lead role of Gangabai. The children enjoyed hearing Gangabai's story immensely. They had sensed that Gangabai was so much loved and respected, and now they understood why. They got up and thanked Khala for answering their questions, and then, before they left, Rihanna said, "Oh, I have one last question. The two dustbins that we have at home now, are they also Gangabai's idea?" Khala began laughing. No, not really. The municipal corporation was the one who suggested that we do this to keep our streets clean. When we sort our garbage, it reduces their work. The children thanked Khala and walked down the street together. It had become quite late and they needed to get back home. For some reason, the street seemed darker than usual. They looked up and then looked at each other, smiling, and right and ran right back to Khala's house. The city of the city of Surat had a plague scare in 1994. Surat was one of the dirtiest cities in India. Houses, hotels, and restaurants would dump their garbage into the nearest drain or streets, which made it difficult for sweepers to collect and transfer the garbage into the selected dumps. In addition to this, the municipal corporation did not collect the garbage as often as it should have, and this led to the situation getting worse. Plague spreads through air, and people who have the disease have to be isolated. In Surat, several people lost their lives, and uh, over 3 lakh deserted the city. The scare for the plague ensured that the municipal corporation completely cleaned up the city. Surat continues to remain one of the cleanest cities in India. Do you know when and how often garbage gets collected in your neighborhood? Do you think it is the same for all neighborhoods of the city, and why? If why not? So, do you think in your area, in your locality, how many times that the garbage collection people come to collect? So, like in my area, it's a door-to-door collection, and the person who comes to collect, he collects in the morning. He collects every day in the morning. So, what is the situation in your area? You can discuss amongst yourself. Did you know that your taxes enable the government to provide roads, bridges, parks, and street lights? List three more benefits that the taxes help in funding after discussing with your family. Our taxes which we pay to the government, it helps in providing services which are used to be used which are to be used by the common people, everyone. Like, it is a common property resource. Okay, so I think we're going to discuss two photos. Let me see, where's the other photo? Yeah, so one photo is here. You can see how these rack pickers, and they are looking into the garbage. It's all dirty here. You can see a train passing by, and here are some animals who are also eating into that garbage. Whereas on comparison, we can see this uh, picture where there are two types of dustbin, one blue and the other uh, green. So it says NDMC. I think it says New Delhi Municipal Corporation, and NDTA. I don't know the full form of this, and I think it's some name or thing. It's not clear, so that is why I cannot make. So you can see the difference. The main point is that you can see the difference in the method of collection here. How sorted the people are wearing these masks, these gloves, proper attire, and everything here is here. But here the lives of the people are being in danger. There are health issues. They are the way they are looking. These children, look at their clothes. Look at the sanitization procedure they have followed. Nothing. Why did the let's discuss the questions. Why did the children go to Yasmin Khala's house? So because they had broken this street light, so they had gone to Yasmin Khala, who has retired from the municipal corporation. They had gone to her to ask that whom should they pay the money, or what should be the procedure, because they've broken the street light by mistake while playing cricket. List four ways in which the work of the municipal corporation affects the life of a city dweller. How does your life work is affected, by the municipal, how the municipal corporation works? Firstly, the maintenance of road. You can only go from place to place if you have proper roads. You can only go outside the house if there are proper lights. The uh, security issues. Third, you can only have proper water to drink if it is clean. The drainage system. Okay, then we have the garbage collection every day, which is collected, that is affected. What did Gangabai do, and why? So in Gangabai's area, the garbage was not collected regularly. So she along with the ward councillor and other few members of the area, they went to the municipal commissioner and told them about the problem, that the garbage has to be collected more often. Otherwise, it's going to be a situation where diseases are going to spread, and etc. Who's a municipal councillor? So I told you that in a city life, the area is divided into small wards, and from each ward a councillor is elected by the people of that area. Okay, this in the two paragraphs you see the different ways of collecting, disposing. See, I told you there are different methods, by different ways in which people are collecting. Which way do you think provides safety to the person disposing? Now, which is one is the most secure method? Photo 2. Then what are the dangers of collecting garbage in the manner shown in the first program? In the first trial, you can see how it is easier for the see. Firstly, even the animals, animal cows here and etc. They are eating the garbage. That's not healthy. The animals are not supposed to eat plastic. Then here the sanitization, procedure that is followed by these poor workers is not up to the health standards. They can get affected due to the diseases. And here the population is walking, some of the people. Then the train is also passing. The air pollution can affect the people who are passing the area. Okay, Why do you think the proper ways of disposing garbage are not available to those who work in the municipalities? So, firstly, now in some areas, of course, there is subcontracting where it is given to the second parties, and the other reason is that they say there is no funding, and their proper labor laws are not set up, and the many reasons they can state out that these people, we don't have money, they don't work for us, they are temporary, and so many other reasons. Okay, so several poor people in the city work as domestic servants as well as work for the corporation, keeping the city clean. Yet the slums in which they live are quite filthy. This is because these slums seldom have water and sanitation facilities. The reason often given by the municipal corporation is that land in which poor have set up their door does not belong to them, and thus some dwellers do not pay taxes. However, people living in the middle class neighborhood pay very little taxes in compared to the amounts of money the corporation spends on them in setting up parks, street lights, link systems, regular garbage collection, etc. Also, as you've read in this chapter, the property taxes collected by the municipality makes only 20 to 35% of its money. Why do you think it is important that a corporation to spend more money on the slum localities? Why it is important that the municipal corporation provide the poor in the city with the same facilities as the rich get? So we've also often noticed that some people are not given the same facilities as others because their income is not as much as they don't have that much source. You've seen the difference between slum dwellers and people who live in apartments or in a colony system. So firstly, the reason which is stated by the municipal is that they do not pay taxes. So but and then says it is not our job to give them the service, and also the land in which the slum dwellers live, that is not theirs. They are illegal occupants of that area. So why are they supposed to give services to them? And then this is being discussed. So you can also discuss with your classmates, your school teacher, that how fair it is to give one half of the population some facilities, whereas some sections of the population are left out. So you can discuss and debate. You can play out roles that shouldn't there be equality in equality in providing the services of common issue. So yeah, that can be done, and we've completed unit 3, and we'll do the unit 4 in our start unit 4 in our next class. Thank you, stay healthy and take care of yourself.